Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why follow trains on social media do not work and how you can grow your platforms organically. If you like these types of Instagram tips and tricks videos, comment down below, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Let's just get right on into this. I don't know if you're watching this if you've been on TikTok recently, but my TikTok specifically my For You page has been full of people talking about comment your Pinterest and I'll follow it, or comment your Pinterest and follow other people. This has all come on the tail end of Pinterest announcing their Creator Fund program. I'll put in a little blurb right here about kind of what that is, as well as a link down below so you know kind of more about it. I have not looked into it too much, but I'm going to chat about why those follow trains or the follow chains that I see all over social media that do more harm than good. Now these follow trains, while they may help you hit these numbers that you are needing to hit to qualify for this creator program, this is probably one of the worst ways to grow your platform. Now you run the risk of being marked as spam if Pinterest sees that you are doing this, or if you are following a bunch of people, you will be marked as spam and blocked from following other people, which will overall hurt your success on the platform. And it will lead to false engagement and ghost followers. Now this is just, ghost followers are people that follow your account but don't engage with your platform, or people that follow you just for those follows. The spam followers, we all see them on Instagram, and it will overall hurt your engagement rate in the future. If you're serious about any of your social media platforms and you want to create a long-lasting career out of them, it's not going to help in the long run because you're just going to have a chunk of followers that do not engage with your posts. So now that I've spoken a little bit about how this follow chain trend is harmful to you, I'm going to talk about kind of organic growth and ways that I have found organically grow my platform. The first thing I recommend is posting what you like to watch and what you like to interact with. So like, just using YouTube for an example, I really like watching lifestyle videos, I like watching vlogs. Now, if you like watching that kind of content on Instagram or TikTok, post that kind of content. Basically attract what you want. Post stuff that you would like to follow if you were looking at your profile from an outside perspective. Algorithm research is another big thing. I know algorithms on all social media platforms are changing every single day, but there are basics that you can find. Most of these platforms have like a creator page where you can see, what's the tips for creators this month. Like Instagram is pushing Reels right now, Pinterest is pushing idea pins, YouTube is pushing shorts, etc., etc. So just do market research and algorithm research on what the platform is looking for people to post. My third tip would be to post consistently. Now this doesn't have to be daily, this doesn't have to be, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, whatever the gurus are telling you, don't follow that because it's gonna burn you out, it's gonna overwhelm you. If you aren't used to creating all this content, you're gonna feel overwhelmed and not be pushed to create more. Now, while I do recommend that if you can in your schedule, plan out like a day where you shoot content and get 4 or 5 posts stacked up that you can then post throughout the next week, I would do that. That's what I do for all my platforms. I pick a day where I just say I'm going to shoot, all these reels. I pick out these outfits, or I pick out different shirt options, and then I just film those for like an hour and a half. It doesn't take long to create this good content. I do recommend creating a posting schedule. It can be loose, it doesn't have to be super strict, but create somewhat of a posting schedule to keep yourself consistent. And overall, over time, you will see this growth from the consistency you have created on your social media. I want to talk about a couple more tips I have for things I do not recommend you do. Don't do follow for follow. Don't expect people to follow you back. And especially do not comment being like, hey, I love your page, I love your vibe, follow back, or follow me if you like my vibe. Especially if you don't follow that person, okay? I have had so many people, or I had one recently that commented multiple times on my posts being like, hey, the same comment. And when I called them out over it, they blocked me. So obviously they didn't really care that much, or they didn't love my vibe that much because they were just spamming me. So don't do that. And Instagram will again mark you as spam if you are just going through and commenting the same thing on everyone's photos. All social media platforms will do that. It's just a way that they pick up spam and eliminate those spam followers. So make sure that you are reaching out to people organically. Create organic relationships with the people you follow. You know, be like, if you really like something, you know, just strike up a conversation, be like, hey, I like this, you know, how'd you do it? You know, if they have the little question boxes, you know, answer those. Those help organically grow your following and your engagement with your audience and the people that you interact with on a daily basis. The most important thing I recommend as well is to look the part. Brand yourself on social media. Now, this doesn't have to be extreme depending on what you use your platforms for, but having a cohesive look on across your social media platforms, whether that's the same username, the same profile picture, a mission statement in your bio, it doesn't have to be super long. Optimizing your profile will get you a long way in their algorithms of whatever platform you are on. Now, branding yourself doesn't have, I could go in on a whole video of this because I did get a degree in this. But basically the basics for branding yourself: a logo, a mission statement, a specific aesthetic that you stick to across your posts, whether that's a filter or a color scheme or a font for your reels. And your reels covers are a big thing too, that you can really put your aesthetic in there. I will put kind of a little screenshot of some of my aesthetics that I use. But be unique in your own branding. While Canva is an easy platform to gain the tools you need, if you are making money off of social media, I do recommend reaching out to a professional. Also, you can reach out to me and I can help point you in the right direction of some people, or I can also help you myself. I'm totally open to that. But I can totally go into this in more detail in a video if you are interested. So if you want me to do a whole video on branding and how I kind of conceptualized my own branding, leave that in the comments below and I can go into that. Basically, the bare minimum: a logo or a specific font that you pick, a mission statement, and optimizing your profile, making sure your profile has your email, your username is something. The aesthetics of your page should match or should be cohesive. That will make people that will make what you post and what you post and what your content is about very blatant to your audience. If your audience is cannot look at your, glance at your page and see what you're about, you're probably not going to be able to gain a huge following, because if you have a bunch of random posts, your audience is going to be really confused and you're not going to be able to really keep that audience for a very long time. Basically, to sum this all up, as long as you're creating and posting relative and relatable content, you will eventually find the right audience. Growth takes time. Organic growth especially takes a lot of time. Unless you have a post go uber viral, even if you get, I recently got like 60,000 views on a reel randomly. I didn't even gain that many followers from that reel. So it takes time. Well, it did kind of put me up above 1,200 followers. It takes time to gain those followers and to gain the audience that will really stick with you and ride with you through everything. Now, this is kind of the second part of this video. I'm going to be talking about kind of my plan for Pinterest and growing my platform. If you want to follow my Pinterest, I'm going to plug it right here. That is one of my tips, is to plug your social media or your new social media on your platform. So go follow my Pinterest. It is at Cassielle Rogers. It will be linked down below, along with all my other social media. So first off, I'm starting with like 3 followers or something on Pinterest. So I really am starting from the bottom here. First I'm going to do some algorithm research, just kind of see what the platform likes, whereas I know Pinterest is kind of like a place to not post like original content, but to post stuff from other platforms to drive traffic to your other sites or to drive traffic to outside websites. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of go over the algorithm, what they like, hashtags, how to categorize your content, how to niche yourself down so you are finding the right people in your audience. And I have a ton of content that I've already posted from other platforms that is not on Pinterest. So bringing the content I already have from Instagram and stuff over to Pinterest is probably my base, is what I'm going to start with, just to make it easier on myself so I'm not having to create a bunch of other new content to put on the platform yet. Again, like I said, it is basically a way to drive traffic to other platforms. So I'm going to figure out the best way that the platform likes you to do that. And I will probably start reaching out to friends and other bloggers and creators that I follow, asking what their Pinterests are, following them. I'm probably going to pop a little story box on my Instagram story being like, hey, put your Pinterest here, I'll follow it. just so I can start seeing more people that I like. I'm spending more time on the platform, getting used to the platform, because I don't really spend tons of time on Pinterest right now, but I know that that is a big way you can utilize your other platforms and getting traffic to your other sites. And the last tip I have here is don't be afraid to fail. Every post isn't going to go uber viral. Every post isn't going to be a hit. And knowing that ahead of time will keep you from getting super discouraged if you have a post that just absolutely flops and does not do well. Take that with a grain of salt and keep moving forward and keep posting, because that's the way to grow organically, is just to keep going. So this video might have been a little bit shorter of a video, so I apologize for that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I gave you some really great tips and tricks for growing your follow. It takes a while to grow an organic following on any social media platform, so just remember that, and it takes a lot of hard work. But thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you have not already, make sure you click that button and comment down below what you want to see next from me. And also check out my other social media platforms so you never miss an upload from me. And I will check you guys in my next one. Bye.